What if I told you that a tiny silvery fish could completely transform your body in just 5 days? I'm Luisa Hart, and today we're diving deep into one of the most underrated, overlooked, and absolutely jaw-dropping nutritional experiments you can do: the 5-day sardine fast. And before you click away, just hear me out, because what I'm about to share with you is going to completely flip everything you thought you knew about food, fasting, and healing your body from the inside out. Sardines, yes, sardines. Those little cans sitting in the grocery store aisle that nobody's talking about, that Big Pharma definitely doesn't want trending, and that your doctor has probably never once mentioned in any checkup you've ever had. These tiny fish are one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the entire planet, and they cost less than $2 a can. $2. Let that sink in for a second. Now here's where things get really interesting. A clinical trial came out of Barcelona, a real, published, peer-reviewed clinical trial, and the results were so extraordinary that the lead researcher called it, and I quote, a huge scientific discovery. They took roughly 150 people, split them into 2 groups. One group simply added 2 cans of sardines per week to whatever they were already eating. The other group changed nothing. That's it. That was the entire experiment. And the group eating sardines? They slashed their risk of developing diabetes from 37% all the way down to 8%, just by adding 2 cans per week, not per day, per week. So naturally, the question that lit up my brain was, what would happen if you went all in? What would happen if you ate 3 cans of sardines every single day for 5 straight days? What kind of transformation could your body undergo? Well, I did the deep dive so you don't have to, and what I found is nothing short of remarkable. Let's start with what's actually inside one single can of sardines, because this is where your mind is going to start expanding. In 1 can, you get 23 grams of high-quality bioavailable protein. You get 900 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA. Those are the omega-3 fatty acids that are basically liquid gold for your brain and your body. You get 382 milligrams of calcium. You get 348% of your daily B12. You've got vitamin D, selenium, phosphorus, and something called taurine, which I am absolutely going to circle back to because it does something to your brain chemistry that sounds almost too good to be true. Now multiply all of that times 3 because you're eating 3 cans per day. Let's zoom in on those omega-3s for a second because this is where it gets wild. 900 milligrams per can times 3 cans equals 2,700 milligrams of EPA and DHA daily. You want to know what the average American is consuming every single day? About 100 milligrams. 100. So we're talking about taking your omega-3 intake and launching it into a completely different stratosphere. A full therapeutic level that has the power to do things inside your body that most people will never experience because they'll never get close to this dosage. And one more thing before we get into the day-by-day breakdown. Get your sardines with the skin and the bones still in, packed in extra virgin olive oil. That's the move. The bones give you even more calcium. The skin gives you more of those beautiful omega-3s. And the olive oil? That's extra healthy fat that's only going to amplify everything we're about to talk about. All right, let's get into it, day by day. What is actually happening inside your body? Day 1, you wake up, you crack open your first can, and the moment you eat those sardines, your body gets a very clear signal. 0 carbohydrates, 0 sugar. just clean protein, healthy fat, and an avalanche of micronutrients. Your body, which has probably been running on glucose for years, starts to feel something shift. It begins the process of burning through its stored sugar. That's glycogen stored in your liver. And within the first 24 hours, that glycogen starts getting depleted. And here's something nobody tells you. A ton of water is attached to that glycogen. So on day 1, you're going to release a significant amount of water weight. This is completely normal, completely expected, and honestly pretty exciting to see on the scale. Now this is why electrolytes are non-negotiable. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, and make sure your electrolytes have potassium, magnesium, and sodium in them. You can have tea, coffee, and a tiny splash of cream if you need it. But that's it. Just sardines, water, electrolytes, and the knowledge that you are about to do something truly extraordinary for your health. Here's what makes the sardine fast so different from a traditional prolonged water fast, and why so many people find it sustainable. When you're doing a water fast, your body can feel weak, depleted, and foggy, especially in those early days. But with the sardine fast, you're flooding your system with 69 grams of protein daily, along with a spectacular range of vitamins and minerals. You are nourished. Your body feels supported. You're not white-knuckling your way through hunger. This is sometimes called a fasting mimicking approach, and research on fasting mimicking diets shows profound benefits across multiple systems in the body. But here's the thing. Most fasting mimicking protocols use low-calorie foods that barely register on a nutritional scale. We are doing this with one of the most micronutrient-dense foods that exists on Earth. The results are on a completely different level. Day 2. Okay, let's be real. Day 2 might have a moment or two of challenge. Not because you're starving, not because you're weak, but because your body is making a massive metabolic transition. You're shifting from sugar-burning mode into fat-burning mode, and that process of entering ketosis, your body's fat-burning state, takes a couple of days to fully kick in. The hunger you might feel on day 2 isn't the growling, desperate, I need food right now hunger. It's what I call dopamine hunger. You might find yourself thinking, oh, I'd really love some chips right now, or something spicy, or just something different. That's your brain seeking variety and stimulation. But actual physical hunger? That's already starting to fade because your body has tapped into your fat stores and is beginning to use them as fuel around the clock, even while you sleep. And something else starts happening on day 2 that is genuinely exciting. Mental clarity begins to emerge. Your brain starts receiving ketones, which are a byproduct of fat burning, and your neurons absolutely love ketones as fuel. You'll start to feel sharper, more focused, like a mental fog you didn't even fully realize you were living under starts to lift. And with 2,700 milligrams of EPA and DHA working through your system, your body is also activating compounds called resolvins. These are molecules that literally signal your body to turn off inflammation, not manage it, turn it off. And you need high doses of omega-3s to get there. Most omega-3 supplements give you maybe 200 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA per dose. We are at 2,700. Your inflammation doesn't stand a chance. You'll start feeling looser in your body, less stiff, and your sleep on night 2, it's going to be noticeably better. Day 3. This is the day things start feeling almost magical. If you've been dealing with brain fog, that heavy, slow, cotton-headed feeling that so many people just accept as their normal, it is gone. Gone. You wake up on day 3 and your head feels clear in a way that you might not have felt in years. The ketones are fully online now. They are feeding your neurons at full capacity. Your brain is running on premium fuel. But it's not just your brain. Remember that 348% of your daily B12 per can, times 3 cans. You're hitting over 1,000% of your B12 daily. And selenium, you're getting nearly 3 times your daily selenium every single day. And selenium is the key nutrient your thyroid needs to convert the inactive thyroid hormone T4 into the active form T3. When that conversion is working optimally, your metabolism is firing on all cylinders. You'll feel warmer even on cold days. Your energy will feel more stable and sustained. You won't have those afternoon crashes. Your body is literally becoming more metabolically efficient at generating and using energy. And here's another wild piece of the puzzle. High doses of omega-3 fatty acids actually stimulate something called brown fat. Brown fat is different from regular white fat. It's packed with mitochondria, your cellular energy factories. And instead of storing energy, brown fat burns it and releases it as heat. It's metabolically expensive. It wastes fuel. And for weight loss and metabolism, that is exactly what you want. Your body becomes a more active, energy-burning machine, not a fuel-conserving one. Your appetite on day 3 is also doing something remarkable. It's basically gone. Not suppressed, not white-knuckled, genuinely, naturally gone. Because ketones suppress ghrelin, which is the hormone your body uses to signal hunger. When ghrelin is low and ketones are high, you simply don't feel hungry. You are being fueled continuously by your own fat stores, and your body knows it. Cravings? Practically non-existent. And your gut? If bloating has been a part of your daily experience, you will notice it's disappearing. Your stomach feels flatter, calmer, more comfortable. And giving your digestive system a break from constant heavy processing is one of the most therapeutic things you can do for your microbiome. Day 4. This is when the transformation stops being just an internal experience and starts showing up in the mirror. You will look different, not subtly different, noticeably different. Your face will have a glow to it. Your skin will look more hydrated, more youthful, more radiant. Why? Because omega-3 fatty acids integrate directly into the membranes of your cells, including every single skin cell in your body. Healthy cell membranes mean healthier, more resilient, more luminous skin. It's not a topical treatment, it's nutrition working from the inside out, and the results are visible. Your joints are going to feel incredible. The inflammation that has quietly been accumulating in your connective tissue, in your joints, in your muscles, it's finally been switched off. You'll feel more flexible, more fluid in your movements. Things that might have ached or felt stiff will feel open and easy. Belly fat is actively coming off. Inflammation is down. And now let's talk about that taurine I mentioned at the beginning, because this is one of my favorite parts. Taurine, found naturally in sardines, stimulates the production of GABA in the brain. GABA is your primary calming neurotransmitter. It's what makes you feel settled, grounded, stable under pressure. It's what allows you to handle stress without falling apart. With taurine consistently elevated in your system by day 4, you're going to feel a kind of emotional steadiness that is genuinely beautiful. Anxiety that might normally simmer under the surface starts to quiet down. You sleep not just longer, but deeper. The kind of deep, restorative sleep where you wake up feeling actually rested. That cortisol spike that wakes so many people up at 3 in the morning, it's going to stop happening. You're going to sleep through the night, fully, completely. And your gut microbiome is thriving. Giving your microbiome a break from constant feeding actually encourages more microbial diversity, which is the hallmark of a healthy gut. When diversity increases, your gut-brain connection strengthens, which means your mood improves, your cognition improves, your immune function improves. It's all connected, and you're healing all of it simultaneously. Day 5. By day 5, you're probably going to have one very specific thought, and that thought is, I don't want to stop. And that feeling makes complete sense because by now the results are compounding in every single direction. Your weight is down, your brain is sharp and happy, your mood is stable, your skin is glowing, your joints feel free, your sleep is deep, your hunger is gone, your cravings have evaporated. And when you look back at what you've consumed over 5 days, the numbers are staggering. 5,000% of your B12, 13,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, shifting your entire omega-3 to omega-6 ratio toward a profoundly anti-inflammatory state. Your thyroid is optimized, your mitochondria are activated, your gut is healing, your brain is thriving. But here is honestly the benefit that I think matters most, and it's the one that nobody talks about enough. You are back in control. You have proven to yourself, with your own body in your own experience, that you have the power to choose what you eat, to say no to junk food, to resist cravings, to stick with something that serves your health even when it's unfamiliar or uncomfortable. That is a form of strength. It's willpower, and like any muscle, every time you exercise it, it gets stronger. After 5 days of this, you will feel like the author of your own health story again. And that shift in identity, from someone who feels controlled by cravings and impulses to someone who makes powerful, intentional choices, that's the most transformative thing of all. One important note on mercury. I know it comes up every single time fish is discussed. With sardines, the mercury content is extraordinarily low. We're talking about 0.013 parts per billion, which is 27 times less than what you'd find in tuna. And on top of that, sardines contain selenium, which naturally binds to mercury in the body, neutralizing any concern. You do not need to worry about mercury with sardines. A few final things to keep in mind as you do this. Keep up with your electrolytes every single day. Potassium, magnesium, and sodium are all important. Consider taking a B-complex supplement, especially because B1 is only stored in the body for about 4 days. And if you have any underlying deficiency, you want to make sure you're covered. Keep up with any other vitamins or minerals you normally take. And when you finish day 5, ease your way back into eating. Don't immediately slam your system with a heavy carb-loaded meal. Bring food back in gradually, starting with lighter whole food options, and let your digestive system re-engage gently. If you want to go even deeper on the science of prolonged fasting and how to transition off an extended fast properly, make sure you watch the video on that topic. The information there will give you everything you need to come off this protocol feeling amazing and set yourself up for long-term success. 5 days, 3 cans a day, less than $30 total, and the potential to completely reset your metabolism, reduce inflammation, sharpen your brain, heal your gut, transform your skin, stabilize your mood, and reclaim your relationship with food and your own body. I'm Luisa Hart, and I want you to know your body is capable of more than you've been told. Start here. Start with the sardines and watch what